Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at It's Freaking Bats. Came back into stock, needed to pick it up. The colour story is something that is absolutely spot on for what I like. So this is the palette. You'll have seen it before. It's not a new release, but it has been restocked. I do believe it's still currently in stock on the Shroud Cosmetics website. It's a collaboration between Batty and Shroud. And just look at this colour story. I am so excited to dive into this. I can't even tell you, like, this colour story is everything to me. I really like to watch Batty and her YouTube channel. I will link that below, as well as this palette. Let's dive in. I'm just going to prime with my Beauty Bay eye base in the shade 2. This took a while to get to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. It was about 3.5 weeks, which I understand Shroud Cosmetics is an indie brand. That is, you know, I love supporting indie brands, yes. However, I do feel like when it takes so long for the product to reach a customer, the excitement is lost. Totally lost. I would have been so much more over the moon if it had arrived to me quicker. I was sick of checking the updates, to be honest, but that's just my personal opinion. It was a little frustrating. And this wasn't the cheapest palette when you include the shipping. So the palette actually costs, I'm just looking at my receipt, $35.74, and that's in dollars, and the shipping, $26.12. So altogether, $61.86. That's expensive. The shipping is wow, which almost put me off, to be honest. But the colour story I just couldn't resist, which is why I ended up picking it up anyway. I understand it's not the indie brand's fault, the cost of the shipping. It's just super frustrating when you have to pay that much, especially when it takes 3.5 weeks. Okay, so I am primed. So it's a lovely £9 palette. I love the shade names, especially Derry from It and Zero, the little dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. The colour story is making me very, very happy inside. It does have a nice little mirror. I haven't even pulled the... That's satisfying. Don't have a look plan. Don't know what I'm going to do. Is that anything new? No. I think what I might do is swatch the shades on my arm. You'll have seen the swatches, you'll have seen videos on this. That's absolutely fine. But I just want to get a feel for the palette and to see what shades I want to use today. So I'm going to start with Handbook, which looks really, really nice. Oh, that is nice. Spooky, which is a matte. I'm terrible at swatching like this, so please. Oh, that's nice. Wonky, but very, very nice. Apparition. Bear with me with these swatches, guys. Also beautiful. Adams, which is one of my favourite shades in the palette. Absolutely love shades like this. Then we've got Sam. Oh, that's good. Trapper. And then the final three, we've got Zero. Oh. Derry. And Grim. I mean, those are absolutely stunning. This colour story, like I said, is one of my favourite colour stories that I've seen in a palette. Wow, literally didn't think that through. I've had a shower and now my arm is full of eyeshadow. So first I think I want to start out with Derry, which is the darkest shade in the palette. I do like to start out with my darkest shade first, definitely. I'm going to take it on a Jessup 230 Luxe pencil brush and just tap it in the outer corners. Oh, that is lovely and pigmented. This is the first palette I've tried from Shroud Cosmetics. I do like trying new brands, especially when they're indie brands. Do love to support an indie brand. And I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner also. Oh, it's pigmented and lovely and deep. Just what I wanted. And just dragging that slightly onto the lower lash line at the outer corners. And a tiny, tiny bit at the inner corners. Now I want to take the shade Adams. Super excited to try the shade. This is literally a perfect matte shade for me. It is everything in life. And I'm just going to tickle around that last dairy shade that we put down. Yep, this is going on exactly as I would have hoped. The quality so far is very nice, pigmented, seems to be blending nicely. And I'm just going to dip back into the dairy shade and just work on this blend between the two. Then I want to go into the shade Trapper, which is this gorgeous one here. It's a very sort of mustardy, greeny yellow. It is divine, and as you may have guessed, just going to work this around the outside. Then I'm just going to dip back into that Adams shade just to work on a blend, just go back and forth between those last two greeny shades just to make it look a little bit more seamless. But I am absolutely loving this colour story, which I knew I would, and the formula seems to be really nice. I know this palette's got a spooky theme, but for me, I would not only use it at Halloween. The colour story is that perfect to me that I would reach for this all year round. Then I think what I want to do is take a flat brush from P. Louise and I want to go into the Shimmer Handbook because delicious. I just want to plop this. That is stunning. In the middle of the lid. It's a little bit crumbly in the pan. Probably because I've just digged my brush right in. And not trying to keep it super neat or anything like that. Just put it in this gap that I've left on the lid. That is so nice. Just making sure I'm bringing that shimmer up a little bit higher than the crease, just so you can see it a little peeking over when I've got my eyes relaxed and open. But look at that. Just look at it. Are you seeing this? Are you looking? Can you see? It is stunning. Then I think I want to go into the shade Grim. Just to put on the edges. I'm going to flip my brush over and I just want to put it on the edges of that shimmer going into the Dairy Matte shade. Just so it's a little bit more seamless and cohesive. Oh, this is nice. And back into a little bit more of Handbook. Just to dab and pat and blend. Then I just want to take a little bit of the shade Sam, which is the one in the middle, a nice shimmer, and I just want to plop a bit of this down the very, very centre of the lid. Now, it's not going to be a standout shade, it's just to add that little bit of extra lightness and sparkle down the very, very centre. Then for the lower lash line, I'm going to dip back into Adams again, just because I haven't had enough, and just plop this on the lower lash line, and then I'll probably blend it out a smidge with that Tampa shade that we used before. I really, really like how this is looking. I know I've gone more greeny today and I could have gone more sort of purpley with the spooky shade. I can't wait to use that shade in another look, but I'm obsessed with this look. I mean, it matches my top perfectly. I'm just going to go into my waterline with my P. Louise and Mitchell Acid Rain Paint in Limelight, because how can I not with this look, to be honest? Well, that has added an extra pop of neon green. I'm literally obsessed with this look. I need to put on the rest of my makeup and then come back and see the final thing. Okay guys, I decided not to stick lashes on just because I feel like they would have hidden the beautiful halo-iness in the middle, and I do have to take my daughter to ice skating later, so I didn't really want to be sat there blowing everyone away with my lashes. I actually think it looks quite nice without them. I do think you can see the eyeshadow a lot better. The lip that I went for was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick, and an MUA lip liner in the shade TLC. And the mascara was just a W7 mascara. I'm obsessed. I am actually obsessed with this palette. Am I really sad that I picked it up? Absolutely not. Even with the 3.5 week wait, even with the ridiculously expensive shipping, this is probably one of my favourite palettes in my collection now just because of the colour story. And after actually trying the formula, the way that I was able to create this look, I didn't struggle with anything, nothing was patchy, everything went on beautifully. I'm obsessed. Now, a lot of people might say about this palette you can only create certain types of looks. That's absolutely fine with me because these are my favourite colours to use, so I'll be using this a lot. I like the way that you can go more green, more sort of purpley blue. This sort of periwinkle blue shade is just absolutely gorgeous, and then you could pair it with the purpley pinky shimmers. I feel like there's a lot of options for me with what I could do with this palette. I literally love it. Shroud Cosmetics, you have smashed this, as have you, Batty Bean, because the colour story, the names, the aesthetic of it all, I think it's gorgeous. It's not just a Halloween palette. I will be using this all year round. I definitely think it's worth it. Like I said, still do believe it's in stock at the moment, so if you still haven't picked it up, give in. Just give in and do it. I do believe Batty Bean does have a code with Shroud Cosmetics, so if I can find out what that is, I will link that down below as well. I'll put everything in the description box that I can possibly find. And yeah, this is the look, guys. What do you think? Let me know. I mean, I'm scarily really good at matching my top today. It's giving me life. So thank you for watching this video, thank you for checking it out. I know it's not a new palette, but I really enjoyed using it. I've got a lot more palettes coming up to review. I've got my eye on a few things that I want to purchase to review on my channel, so if there's anything that you'd like to see me review that's coming out in the not so distant future, please let me know in the comments, and why not subscribe if this is the sort of content that you like to see. So thank you for joining me, guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.